Beep, 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 beep. Hey up, good peeps. How goes it? Right. Today, we're going through the green door. We're going to talk about the greens, right? I got a tell it off from somebody on one of the comments. Stop making the greens, blah, blah, blah. There are good people trying to do good things. I've absolutely no doubt in my mind, but I make no apology for taking the piss out of them. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. Same as everybody gets it. It's just the way it is. But you think, oh gosh, yes, it couldn't possibly get any worse because this was a party that was drawing attention to a very, very serious issue. This was a party that brought together people who had a real desire to make a difference to the world. This was a party who united folk together to bring attention to what was going on with the natural world and how we as a species have seemed to be particularly bad at looking after it in some ways. So I do have respect for those that stand by these beliefs and who will come and debate them and talk about them and try and find out what's going on. But I don't think that the Green Party, like any other party, including the Tories and Labour and SDP and everybody else, are immune from having their batshit crazy wing. Right? It's almost like one of those families from an old film years ago where, you know, a couple break down and they go to have dinner at this home where they find, and they knock on the door and it's an old creaky door and the butler's tall and gaunt and it's all that type of stuff, and they find out throughout the evening somebody's been killed, and it turns out it's some crazy aunt in the back room all befuddled and twisted, like Pet Cemetery. You remember, right? Okay, we can all have that problem and everybody has got it, right? So we've got the batshit crazies, as I call them, who are flitting around doing all the nonsense. There's no reason why we wouldn't expect it to happen to the Greens, but I felt from the person's comment a terrible sense of frustration. A terrible sense of frustration that they had been just as captured as anybody else had, and they were worried that I was throwing the baby out with the bathwater, I suppose. So I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I've got a number of people that are on my Warrior Teacher course, are members of the Greens, but I share their despair, this utter despair. What the hell are you doing? This utter despair. I was lucky enough to meet Shahir Ali, who's a very, very fine advocate for the Green Movement. And I've also met a number of other people that are fine advocates for the Green Movement. But then you think to yourself, it can't possibly get any worse. Now, I've got an article here which comes from bright-green.org, right? I've no idea who they are, right? They could be a bunch of lunatics for all I know. But there's something here from a guy called Chris Jarvis. I've not done any work on it. I just thought it was typical and it might be worth speaking about. But I think it's probably one of those fringe groups that's done it and somebody's picked up on it and gone, let's have a go. But I'll be interested to see what you guys can find. Whether you can find anything that actually says this has been ratified by the Green Party at all, which I would imagine it hasn't, or that they're not certainly backing it. But it's worth saying that we need to be careful about this sort of thing, because what if the case is that the Green Party don't have anything to do with this, even though the article says Green Party adopts? Right, we don't know, do we? It's the same old stuff with the fake news, and who cares, and God knows. But let's have a go through it at any rate, because it's surreal. The headline is, Green Party adopts definition of queerphobia as part of guidance documenting and identifying anti-LGBT plus discrimination. Right? No, you're right, you couldn't make it up, okay? First of all, just for those of you that aren't paying attention, gays and lesbians and bisexuals have got nothing to do with queer. It's nothing to do with sexuality at all. All right? It's a political movement, a cultural movement. It's a cult. That's it. So the Green Party of England and Wales has adopted a major new guidance document. So they're saying a major new is it? Who knows? Right? Who knows? Is it fucky news? It could well be quite possible that this is fucky news, right? A new guidance document to assist its disciplinary processes. Oh, right. So that the Green Party of England and Wales has adopted a major new guidance document to assist its disciplinary process. Good God. The Green Party of Wales has adopted a major new guidance document to allow it to persecute people who believe in reality. That's what it says, isn't it, really? Hey? So who wrote this, loons? The new guidance seeks to help the party identify discrimination against LGBT, and then the Q's missing. What's going on? It's the LGBT. I didn't get the Q at the end. They've got the plus, so nutters and paraphilias are on the end, but they haven't got the Q. Within the guidance adopted by the party is a definition of queerphobia. The party is expected to publish the guidance document, including the definition, in the coming days. Oh, please do. Please do. I asked a couple of people who were real big supporters of the Greens, do you think they can survive this? And they weren't sure they could. Even when they weren't sure they could. The new guidance, this is the interesting bit, has been inserted into the Green Party's framework. Interesting, inserted. Sounds to me like we've got a sort of little, a little bubo of nutters that have got together and done this, and then gone, we're going to put this in there as well. I want to get my bit in there. Like some annoying, pesky child that won't get out of the way when you're trying to achieve something. The new guidance will be inserted into the Green Party's framework for ethics and conduct, which is used internally, including by the party's disciplinary bodies. The adoption of a definition of queerphobia follows the party integrating a definition of Islamophobia into the same framework earlier this year. It also comes 2 years after the Green Party members agreed to adopt a detailed guidance document on anti-Semitism. So this is part of their bigger push to control everything and everyone, right? The new guidance, right, was approved unanimously by the Green Party Regional Council, the GPRC. So I don't know what that is, right? So if anybody knows what the GPRC are, then do let me know, right? So have they got any real clout in the Green Party? Is this representative of the Green Party at all, or is this something that's been done by a splinter group? It would be helpful to know. That was where I stood when I had the article come up, right? Okay, so when I saw the article, I thought that was interesting. And then we've got the LGBTQ, right? The LGBTIQA plus, LGBTIQ plus Greens, right? Which are another group of people. And they seem to think it's happened, right? But there doesn't seem to be, it doesn't seem to be anywhere else. So I really want to know what's the size of this group that's attempted to put this onto the Green Party, because I don't want to misrepresent the Green Party, because the point made by the person in the comments was fair. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop taking the piss out of you. That ain't ever going to happen, right? But it does mean that I have to be fair in saying if something is not something that's being taken on board nationally and is actually just the work of a fringe group of infiltrated LGBTQ nutters, right, rather than being green policy. So I really think we could do is get into the bottom of that, because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. So if there's anybody here who's in the Green Party, anybody listening who's from the Green Party, I'd be very grateful if you could just tell me, is this Green Party policy? Because I can't find out. Has it been ratified by the Green Party? I don't know what the Green Party does. But if you do, right, stick it in the comments. Let me know. If it's just a fringe group, let me know. And let's isolate the fringe group so that I can have a look at their workings and their doings under cover of night, dressed as Batman. The Trans Finder General. Okay? So I can have a look at their doings. And because I don't want to misrepresent the Greens, but right now you're doing a very good job of that yourself. I don't want to misrepresent the Greens, and I'm more than happy to say that if the Greens have got a splinter group that is causing serious trouble, that I will quite happily take some time to have a look, find out who these people are, and then name them. Right? So if you want to help me, and if you want to help the Green Party to say, look, we're not all nutters like this, because we had this, didn't we? At the Green Party conference, when this mad woman with a cup of coffee started screaming at random lesbians. And you're like, okay, who the hell is this idiot? Who the hell is this idiot? You can't tell one idiot from another. If they're not screaming, why can't a woman have a cock? They're screaming at you because you think women are something that should be, definable. Let me know, because it's confusing for those people that don't know. So tell me, is this Green Party policy? That's the first thing I want to know. And secondly, if it's not, who put this in the document? Who wrote it and who put it in the document? Explain to me precisely by providing the names of the people who did it. And let's take a look and see what else they've got their nasty, grubby, homophobic little hands in, shall we? Okay? Aye. I'll see you later. You have a good day. Bye.